Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Big Fitness Podcast. I'm here with Micah Moss.
What's up?
We are going to do a bio podcast for Al Giordano. I am going to give you some answers to some questions about personal training.
Are you excited for this? Are you excited to share your story?
It's not, I guess, yeah. Yeah, I'm excited. I feel like I say a lot, but apparently I'm getting a lot of feedback I don't say enough.
I feel like you surface level whatever topic comes to you, personally. Like you don't go in depth about situations.
Let's see. Let's get fucking deep. Let's get genuine. Let's get transparent with you motherfuckers.
All right, question 1. Why did you become a personal trainer?
Well, that's a good question. I thought it would be a really good way to make some money and
fucking liar. Liar.
So, okay, this is basically how it went. Let's get into it. I was in college and I was playing football. I've played sports my whole life and I wanted to be a strength and conditioning coach for football, college sports basically. So I thought it'd be a good idea to play football and basically do shadowing for all of the sports. So I was in football at Western Illinois University. I was shadowing, and then when I was a sophomore, I was like, I think I should also learn how to train people. So I took a position at the recreation center as a personal trainer, which is an interesting story. I didn't mean to do that. So actually, my first personal training job was a total accident, and I'll explain. So basically, I was an exercise science major, and I was playing football. And I was at one of the classes. It was one of those major classes, major clubs. And we were at a meeting, at one of the club meetings. And, they go through all this stuff and, no one wants to be there, but they want to build their resumes up or whatever. But I'm always so interested. So I'm in there let's go, Any case, the person goes, hey, after this meeting, there's a personal training meeting that you can basically learn about personal training and what it is to be a personal trainer and that kind of thing. And I was like, that'd be cool to go to. That would be cool to learn on what personal trainers do and stuff at the recreation center. It was right after that meeting. And so the meeting gets over and I look at my buddy, Mark Lansing is the dude's name. Look him up on Instagram, annoy him. That'd be funny. But in any case, I was like, hey man, I'm going over to the recreation center right now to check out that meeting. You want to go? Dude, nobody went to that meeting. Just me out of that whole club. I was like, it's right over there. It's just and it literally starts right now. So why not? I'll just go and sit down. So I go to the recreation center and I sit down and I see some people waiting outside of a door and I'm like, all right. And I went to that door and that was the meeting and everyone walked in and we sat around this big table and this guy starts reading off, all of this stuff. He's explaining all of the requirements and all of the basically the course details and all this. And I'm not really understanding this. I'm like, what is this? I thought this was a personal training information thing. I wasn't understanding. I was so confused at everything that was happening. I was just like, whatever, I'm here. So whatever. So anyways, he's like, now before we move forward, just want to make sure we got everybody. And he's reading off first and last names. And I'm like, there's no way my name is on that list. I'm thinking in my mind, no way my name's on that list because I literally am just I strolled into this thing, And anyways, he doesn't call my name. He's like, did I miss anybody? And I was like, yeah. I raised my hand. I said, you missed me. And I give my first name, last name. I emailed my phone number. And he was like, oh man, I wonder what happened, what missed. That was an orientation for everybody who had been picked from an interview process. An interview process for the next personal training group, personal trainers that were going to be working at that recreation center. So it was not an information, it was an orientation. And you had to put an application and go through an interview process. I never did that. I just went to the meeting. He put me on the paper. It was a 6-week course before you started personal training. I passed the written and I passed the practical, and it was super in-depth too. It was everything by the book. It was all ACSM. You had to do blood pressure cuffs. You had to do 3-step test. It was right from the book. Everything was right from the book. passed it all, and then became a personal trainer. That was basically it. Like, I did not put a single application in to be a personal trainer, like to start my career off when I was when I first started. That was totally to just show up and just learn about what it is to be a personal trainer. I became a personal trainer 6 weeks after that. So if there's anything I can say is action before knowledge,
Obviously, the universe had something pegged for you.
That's what I'm saying. Act first, ask questions later. Who knows what would have happened if I didn't go to that? But I don't know. I'm a dipshit, so I probably wouldn't have, I don't know. That's how things work for me so far.
Okay. That's, fall right into it. Like
literally, but you have to act on it, because I asked Cram, and I was like, yo, man, Cram is the nickname of Mark Lansing, the guy I was telling you about. I said, dude, I have got a position as a personal trainer at the recreation center just by showing up to that meeting. So showing up is powerful. And that was an example of that. But it was just so funny because I did not put an application in. I didn't do a single interview, and I still got the position. And look, here we are. I've got a personal training. Like, if I didn't show up to that,
where do you think you would be if you didn't show up?
Well, I always had an intention. So to go further on with this, my intention was to be a strength and conditioning coach for athletes. So I went to Iowa. I met the head strength coach at Iowa to ask him questions. I went on an excursion there. And the Olympic, all of the Olympic sports, so basically field, track, that kind of thing, swimming, that strength coach, the strength coach for the strength and conditioning coach for field sports, like soccer, football, baseball, that kind of thing. Met with those guys to ask questions and learn how D1 strength and conditioning programs worked. And my whole thing was, be a D1 athlete. I played football at Western Illinois University. Learn how to be an athlete, learn what athletes go through, and then learn how to train them, And so then I was doing all that. So if I didn't become a personal trainer, that's probably the route I would have went. I would have went into my master's program. I would have just started training in school. And that was it was a pretty paved path to becoming a strength coach. A strength and conditioning coach for D1 sports has spent a long time in the schooling system. So it's right after your undergrad, you get your master's, and in your master's program, you have direct connections to work inside of the strength and conditioning program they need help. They pretty much always need help. They always need people to write the programs, get printouts, be out there at fucking 4:35, 4:55 in the morning, getting the athletes stretched out. The athletes always fucking hate being there. And so it's a pretty paved path. It would have just followed that. It would have been just fine, but I wouldn't be I wouldn't be personal training. In any case, in my process of being a personal trainer at the recreation center, so then I started training there. I was dealing with general population people, and I always tell people I was doing 12 sessions for $120 a month, and so I'm literally getting paid $9.25 an hour to train these folks. And I never even looked at a paycheck. The whole idea was for it to be experience. So when I did it, I was never even thinking about the money. I was like, I've never worked with human beings before and literally ran them through a program. So this will be perfect experience. So in my mind, it was just basically the crash course on how to do it, In any case, I found that my clients were coming back to me just completely losing their mind, some in tears, just thanking me. Oh my God, I never thought that this would X, Y, Z. I mean, you totally have changed my mind about this. People I saw the light that this thing I was doing in a recreation center at a fucking university was doing for the lives of these people. And it was not anything that I've ever seen in athletes. Don't get me wrong. I love athletes. I love working with athletes. You can really get after with them. But the thing is that they're trying to get better at a sport so that they can run faster and that they can score touchdowns. These people that I was dealing with at the recreation center, man, they were looking to improve their quality of life and the way that they interact with the people around them in their actual life. It's I want more confidence so I can ask this girl out, or I want more confident so I can ask my boss for a raise. I'll like just need a little bit of empowerment, you know, so that like I can walk throughout this day and enjoy it. You know, I want to be able to pick up my grandkids, and now I can, you know, that kind of thing. And like, this has just like totally changed the whole way that I look at like my life moving forward. And all it was physical exercise. And I was like, oh my God, this is what I want to do. I want to help these people. Like, don't get me wrong, I love the athletes, fuck right with the athletes, but I'm not like changing life with the athletes. I'm improving their game, which good. But these people, I'm improving their life. And like, so for me, it was like, okay, I want to do that. But the trainers around me, I noticed, were like, it was a paycheck for them, and the people were annoying to them because they weren't showing up, or like they would complain, man, oh God, this client's cancel on me again, you know, like, really wish I didn't have to deal with them, you know, you get that. And it's like, and I was like, man, you don't realize like how much you are doing for these people, what you can do for these people, but with your attitude, you can't do anything with these people, you know? And I realized like the more and more I was training, like that is what was happening. Like you have all of these people who are putting their, you know, they're going out of their way to go into a world that's uncomfortable to them, that XYZ, you know, it was difficult for them to make the jump. And then here you are as the trainer on the back end, just complaining that like, they're not exactly whatever you thought they were supposed to be. And I was like, I don't want to work in an environment with people that are like that. I want to facilitate and grow an environment where like we very much take, you know, have you ever heard like you can take the horse to water, but you can't force him to drink? I fucking hate that's a cop-out bullshit fucking way of thinking. I want to bring that fucking horse to water, and I want to inspire that bitch to drink up and just get dang satiated, dang hydrated on that dang water, man. You know, just want to inspire that horse to do that. So it's difficult. It's hard, and I get why people say you can lead the horse to water, but you can't force him to drink. And it's just easy to say I'd rather take the horse that's thirsty and the horse that's willing than the horse that's stubborn. I don't know. I'm the stubborn horse, so I resonate with the stubborn. I resonate with the stubborn horse, and I want to inspire the stubborn horse to drink, no matter how difficult on the back end. So that was basically what made me want to open up like the gym. And it all came down to the only way to get the stubborn horse to drink is for it to really understand the benefit of the water.
It's like kind of full circle, kind of, because like you're talking about like water and how like it's actually a benefit to people's lives.
Right. Just using the anecdote. But,
yeah.
But yeah, so that was what got me like, okay, I'm going to be a personal trainer, not a strength coach.
And how long has it been now since you've been doing personal training?
So I've been a personal trainer now for about 11 years, just about 11 years. It will be 11 years in May.
And how long have you been the owner of Big Fitness?
So Big Fitness so this is my second fitness business. Actually, my first business was called Addis Fitness. I started it with a guy when I was 22 years old, right out of college. It was an online training program. And then that ended. And when that ended, I opened up Big Fitness. I was on a car ride with my wife, and I was like, dude, what should be the name of this fitness company? Like, it's gotta be something huge. So we're like coming up with all sorts of names. We're like, it's got to be big, you know, it's got to be something massive, you know, even though it'll start small, like, because I want it to have such a massive impact in people's lives, like, I want it to be big, you know, and we're like thinking about it. And I was just like, Big Fitness, you know, like, cause it's like, think big, think bigger, you know, be bigger, you know? So, so I was like, Big Fitness. So we did that about 6 years ago. It was about 6 years ago. And I used it as like just an entity to train under when I was at a training gym. So it wasn't Big Fitness, wasn't brick and mortar. When I opened up Big Fitness, so Big Fitness has been alive for 6 years, but brick and mortar gym, like actual training gym, that is about 4 years. Just hit 4 years in July.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
What is your ideal client? What are the pain points, hardships that they are focusing on?
Our clients. Yeah. So this is interesting because in my in my experience in personal training over the past 11 years, you would think like the biggest problem people deal with is like being overweight, or not having enough strength. And you would think that is the biggest problem. You would think that maybe it's like they need to like look good for the fucking wedding, or, you know, they need to go on that dang hike they've been working on, you know, and that's the goal. But that's really not the goal. The main goal and the main issue that most people that seek personal training have is really just the ability to execute consistently in fitness in their life. And what I mean by that is they know that they need to be fit. They know that they need to drink water. They know they need to eat they need to eat fresh food, not fast food. They know that they need to stop eating all the you know, midnight snacks that, you know, they don't tell anybody about. You know, they know they need to stop drinking alcohol. They know that stuff. You know, it's like when I tell them in the past 11 years, I sit down, I say, all right, let's map this bitch out. And it's like, you want to lose weight? Great. Good to go. Why is that? Oh, because of the wedding. Beautiful. So we got the why down. Beautiful. So your issue must be you need to lose weight. Oh, well, then we get a little bit deeper, and it's like really their issue is like they know they need to do all these things. They understand the benefits of exercise, and they know that they might even know in most cases they've tried like 3 or 4 times like different exercise programs that they've like paid for. They've gone to YouTube, they went to that website XYZ, and they've just failed because like they know exactly the plan, but they can't execute it. So the people that I work best with are people who know all the benefits, who are busy, successful individuals, people who are hyper type A human beings that can't understand why their fitness is just completely getting fucked. And it's because they know what they need to do and they're not doing it because they're either prioritizing other things over it. Maybe they don't have the perspective and understanding that fitness, like better fitness, better capability, physical capabilities will enhance their life in their careers that they're so like ambitious about, you know, like they always get like that they don't have enough energy. Like I always feel like I don't have the energy, you know, and it's like, so maybe I should cut out exercise. I don't have the time. So it's like time management and prioritizing time and understanding systems and creating like really simplified systems and like small wins and, you know, checkbox systems, things like that, like doing X, Y, and Z, getting a plan down, that kind of thing. So just to simplify all of that, basically the people that I deal with are people who understand the benefits of exercise already. I don't need to convince them that working out and consistent exercise is going to help you, but to actually close the gap between I want to be fit and I'm actually going to get fit by exercising consistently, by actually planning it out, getting specific on things, putting it in the schedule, and then staying accountable to those things. So I'm pretty much best for that person who's not going to come in here and complain about this isn't working yet in 2 weeks. You know, like I'm going to help you execute. I'm not going to baby you, you know, that kind of thing. I did that a long time in training. I did that for a long time. I babied people for about 4 years. The first 4 years of my training, I babied people. And what happens when you baby people, you don't help them.
What do you think like changed? Like, why do you think you abruptly stopped babying people and like shifted somewhere else?
I don't think I abruptly stopped. I think that it was like some clients just got it and some clients didn't, but I was babying them all. So like the ones that were like, I don't need you to like tell me it's okay when I've clearly not done an okay thing. And that person like got me to realize I'm babying them all, but that person is one who's seeing the fucking results. So it's like that person is telling me, don't baby me. Right. I'm here for you to not baby me. The other ones are happy I'm babying them, but they're not seeing results. So it's like, so for me, it's very much like just over the period of training, I realized like they're not paying for me to make it easy on them and not like give them the pain points. They're in the position they are right now because they're looking for people to lie to them, not purposefully. They just don't, it doesn't feel good to have somebody tell you. It stings to eat your own shit. You know, like you're making excuses, and you finally have done something. You've reached out and you're like, I'm going to find somebody who's going to help me. And then they fucking go pay for you to help them. And you're like, I'm going to make the financial investment because it's a lot of money for personal training. I'm going to make the financial investment and I'm going to do it. Even though like I have all these other things I could pay for. I've got all these other things, my time because I am a busy person. I have this career that's taking up all my time and effort and energy. And like, but you know what? I know fitness is going to help me. I know fitness is going to make me enjoy my life better. It's going to allow me to like have a better quality of life. I'm going to be able to do the vacation and hold the babies and take the babies out and like take the kids to the top of the mountain or whatever the fuck you want to do, you know, and I'm going to fucking do it. But you're in this place where you've made all these excuses for why you shouldn't exercise and eat healthy and all this stuff. And you're going to continue doing that when you pay for me. So you've done the jump, great, but you haven't stopped being you. And so like now you've been making all these excuses. Now you're with me and you're like, oh, Jordan, but like X, Y, Z on your bullshit. And then I'm like, okay. And then I have you eat your bullshit by not me telling you that, but hey, make a time log. You ain't got no time? Let's make a time log. I just don't like, I'm not a big fan of writing things down. You're not a big fan of winning. What do you mean? These are all the things you've been running away from because you don't want to meet the fact that you have plenty of time. You know? And so like this person is like, I just really wish somebody would get after. I just really need you to get after me if I don't do it. You know? And like that person telling me that, I'm like, because I would, right at first, I'm like, I don't want to step on anybody's toes. You paid all this money. I don't want you to be mad at me.
Right.
You know, like you did do the jump. You did put yourself into a uncomfortable place. And you know, like, I don't want to be another part of resistance in your life, but there is good and bad. And in terms of resistance, in terms of what pain you need to feel, you don't need me to shame you. But like you do need me to make you eat your own shit because that's what you pay for. And that is the benefit. So accountability really is what is the difference, you know, and what I bring to my clients and what people need. People need the accountability. They need somebody who will have that difficult conversation with them when they're not seeing results because they're not doing the things that they need to do. Not that you told them to do. And that's another thing is that like I learned in training early on is like, you know, it's not a micromanaging when let me give you the difference between micromanaging and accountability. So micromanaging is when I say, Micah, I want you to do 20 things to better you. And you're like, okay, like I gave you 20 goals and now I'm making sure you do the 20 goal, like work on the 20 goals that I gave you. That's micromanaging. Then there's the accountability. You tell me that you have 20 goals. As the professional, I tell you how to get there. And then once you're not doing those things, I say, why aren't you doing those things? And then you're like, because, and I say, fuck all your excuses. And you're like, but, and it's like, there's no but. You gave me the goals that you wanted to accomplish, the things that you said you wanted in your life. And from my experience, you paid me to help you reach it. So like, let's fucking get to work. And it's like, shit, you're right. And like the thing that really, that's the thing that really people pay for in good personal training programs is that piece right there. That piece of like, this is why you're not reaching your goals because you are coming up with all of those things, is those stories that just feel so good for justifying away all the success and progress because like it's hard to do those things. So I'd say that's probably about 4 years into personal training. I realized like done with that. Done with like just saying the thing that you want to hear because you're paying me to be your personal trainer and not seeing results. And there's one story I always bring up. One story I always bring up about one client that I had for a year and, you know, paying for 3 times a week. And I did everything. I did everything. I brought him out to the, hey, why don't you just come with me to the fucking, you know, do a hike, do a bike ride. Like, why don't you just this? Why don't you just that? Let me revamp the program. Oh, this one's not working. Let me revamp the program. You know what happened? You know what the real failure was in that? The real failure was that I wasn't just telling that motherfucker that I know the plan, you're just not doing it. as opposed to changing it every 2 weeks. Every 2 weeks, oh, this ain't working, let's change it. You're bored with that? Let's change it. Oh, let's change it. Let's just keep on trying to allow this thing, allow you to be on this wild goose chase where you're trying to find a solution where there's zero hard about it. There's zero push about it. There's zero you eating your own shit about it. There's zero you like actually being accountable and you actually going out and getting after it. Like these things that are just painful to talk about. Let's not talk about that. Like a successful program is one that's not about multiple variations, a million variations of a million different exercises so that you're excited and motivated every fucking workout. Maybe you have to show up on a consistent basis doing boring shit for a long time until you see the success. And it's about that, like, just this is the program that works. It's not fun. It's not going to be exciting all the time. It's not going to be the thing that works perfectly into your life. It's not always fucking convenient for you. That's okay. You're going to have to make changes to make changes. And that's what I failed. I failed that client. I failed that client because that client didn't want to face the music, dude, in his own life. And me as a coach should have been like, dude, we need to sit down and we need to talk about this. It's been a year. You're spending a lot of money. I didn't have that conversation with him because I knew how he would react, and I was always so afraid that I would lose him. And it was like, enough of that shit. And actually that client was probably 6 years into my.
There you go.
6 years in.
But still always learning.
Still always learning. But any case, that would have been 6 years into personal training. No, that would have been 5 years into personal, close to 4, 5 years. Yeah. 5 years because it would have been one of my first clients at Fit City about 6.5 years ago. Yeah, roughly. So about 4.5 years. So I was right, about 4.5 years ago.
What are the characteristics of a good personal trainer?
Well, I'm gonna have you ask. A good personal trainer. So being a personal trainer, I've worked at 4 major gyms. I've grown my own gym. I've worked at like in Chicago, I worked in a corporate fitness facility, like from a company called Midtown Health. They're the second biggest under Exos and corporate fitness providers. They provided fitness for corporate members from McDonald's. So it's kind of funny, and it was a really awesome experience there. I worked at the recreation center as a lead supervisor and a personal trainer, gym attendant, and I work here now. I'm now managing and training personal trainers to be good personal trainers, and it's been 11 years. So in all of that, I've seen characteristics of trainers that really can help people and characteristics of trainers that can't help a single soul. I've met a lot of people in the professional world of personal training and super highly accredited people and then super under-accredited people. And the number one thing that I can say in every area of fitness that I've worked is that you have to truly care, genuinely, authentically care about helping the people that you have the privilege to work with. No matter how much your fucking personality matches theirs. That like if that person is there for you to come in and help, and trust you to help them, that you're going to do everything you can, like whether you know or not, to help them. Because this would be a little unorthodox how you help a human. Like maybe there's some science. I said maybe, there definitely is some science. ACSM, NSCA, the National Strength and Conditioning Association, and the American College of Sports Medicine is like what I base all my programming off of, what I always have, because they're gold standard certification agencies for periodization and programming for athletes as well as general population people. And it goes right all the way down to the clinical level. Or all the way up to the clinical level, whichever way you like to look at it, when it comes to the literature behind how to train a human being. And you can learn all of that, and you should. You need to know that. That's baseline. But then when you apply that to a human life, it is very much going to be totally fucked up. because like you're dealing with Deborah who's got like 3 kids and she's like dating 8 people, and it's like she's got like this whole like she works like 5 jobs and like she's between them right now, and like something's happening with one of her boyfriends. She's like 8 of them, and you're like, man, well, I didn't even know a life even could do this. I didn't even know.
So true.
I didn't even know like there's even this existed in life, but it does. And it's unpredictable and it's always changing. And so like for you to apply that thing, you have to really care to like dive into that person. And if you don't really care, if that's just an hour for you, you'll run her through a workout and good to go. You'll do it in a safe way. She'll learn the form of a squat. She won't really get anything beneficial from it that's like deeper than I know how to do a squat now. And then she'll leave. And hey, there's good in that too. But what makes a remarkable trainer is somebody who dives into that life, who's like, who are the 8 boyfriends? Like, what do they do? Like, how do they affect you emotionally? What kind of time do you spend with those boyfriends? Like, how about the kids? Like, do they have school? What ages are they? Like, do you have to like run them back and forth? Do the boyfriends help you run them back and forth? I don't know, but you got to know that stuff so you can be like, okay, well, if you're gonna work out this many times a week, well, then like this is gonna have to fit into your schedule. Let's talk about that. Let's figure this out to where this makes sense, and let's get it down on paper. Let's try this plan, and then in about 4 weeks, let's sit down and see if that plan even remotely worked. And chances are it didn't. And that's okay. Now we know. But we know that didn't work, and now we can try something else. And a good personal trainer with good qualities will just constantly never give up on their client, because that's what the fucking person is there for. The person is there for you to keep pushing into them, diving into them, trying to problem solve and find solutions to impossible problems. But you never give up. You never give up on your client, because like that's your job. Your job is to never give up. Your job as a personal trainer, if you're remarkable, is to never give up. No matter how frustrated you are at them, no matter how much they're not answering your calls, no matter how much you're not showing up to the session. Look, if you really care, like you will inspire them through your effort to keep pushing forward for themselves. And like that's really what it comes down to. But you won't do any of that if you don't truly care about that person. If you don't truly care about the progress and the actual betterment of that person's life, you won't reach out. You'll be like, I haven't heard from this person in 3 weeks. I'm not reaching out because I'm happy they're gone. Like, because they're difficult. And that is every personal training client. But that person is reaching out to you because they're a difficult person. You get somebody who's easy and they come in and they're just like, you tell them to do these 10 things, they do it all. Great. That's 1 in 20. And love that person for that. But that's 1 in 20. Your job as a personal trainer, as a coach, is somebody who dives into the lives of others, the people that you serve, and you find the solutions. And that's what it comes down to. So ultimately, it's somebody who just truly cares about their client. Now, that's kind of a cop-out answer and easy. So I'm going to kind of explain what it is to be a good coach. Good coach follows something that I learned this from a guy named Will Metcher. Will Metcher is and I say this guy a lot, he's an executive coach of mine. He helps me get better at business. But he says, impactor. If you want to be a fucking good coach, you've got to be an impactor. Sometimes you only have an hour with somebody, right? So like if you're really going to hit home and like really inspire the people that you help, you have to be an impactor. And he gives this what do you call it? Acronym for what it is to be an impactor. The acronym is GATES. GATES, GATES. And so like run any personal trainer or coach you have through this, and you'll know whether or not you have a good coach. And if you are a coach, run yourself through this acronym and improve yourself as a coach. So basically it goes like this. G, which is genuine, being genuine with the person. Like, don't fake some shit. I always say, like, if somebody comes in and you want them to feel good, like salespeople will just compliment you on shit and make you feel good. They know that it's important to make you feel good, salespeople. And these motherfuckers do, these slimy fucking bastards, man. Some of them, not all of them, but some of them. They'll just lie through their teeth on dumb shit, and it feels very not genuine, disingenuous. When somebody just says, like, hey, this gym smells really good. I can't believe, how do you keep it so clean, man? I'm just like, shit, please. Just let's talk about the water cooler thing. All right, let's not, Jesus fucking Christ. So like, what I mean is the same thing. You got to be genuine. Be genuinely you. Be genuinely there. Be genuinely curious, and be genuine with the people that you serve. A is authentic. Being authentic is it's close to genuine. It's not quite the same thing. Being authentic is being something that's like, you aren't being fake yourself. You know, it's not a matter of like how you're communicating, but you want to be authentic. You want to be fucking authentically there. You want to be authentically present. You want to be authentic to yourself, the people around you, your core values. You're fucking authentic. You are you, whether you're in a conversation with Micah, whether you're in a conversation with your wife, whether you're in a conversation with your friend, you're authentically you. The T is transparent. Be transparent. Like, I'm not holding anything back. I'm telling you exactly how this is. If you come in and you're like, hey, I want to lose 100 pounds in 2 weeks, I'm going to say this. Is it possible? Yes. Should you do it? No. Here's why. And I give you a story right now. No, I won't. But you probably heard it before. I worked with a client that lost 100 pounds, a little over 100 pounds in 3 months. Paid $3,000 a month to make it happen, spent 3 fucking days in the hospital, gained it all back in 4 months, plus 25 pounds, and is continuing to deal with not only weight issues now, health issues, and eating disorder. So can you lose 100 pounds in 3 months? The answer is yes. Should you? The answer is absolutely not. So be transparent. Tell people that. Like, you're in for the long fucking haul, and good personal trainers and good coaches will say, and will always empower, and will always motivate, and will always be there to amp up ambition. You got to be there, but you also got to be transparent, and you got to be realistic. Look, yes, you can do it, but I'm not going to be the coach that gets you there in a way that's unhealthy to you, does not serve you in the future. This is about longevity. This is not about you looking great in 2 weeks and I fuck your life up moving forward. So be transparent. E is enthusiastic. E is enthusiastic. Be enthusiastic. Like, be happy, be grateful, be energetic that you have the opportunity to be in front of the person you serve. You know, like let's fucking go. At 5 a.m, I'm going to annoy you. That's my job. I don't give a fuck. Let's fucking go. It's fucking 6 a.m, 7 a.m, 8 a.m, 5 p.m. You just got off work. Let's get after it. That's my job. I'm happy to see you. If somebody walks in, if you go in, guys, just everybody who serves other humans, like, because this is not just coaches and personal trainers. Like, being an impactor goes all the way down to like being a fucking barber. I stopped seeing the barber. Like, I can't set up an appointment with the barber I was using. Dude's all right, but he's like mad when I walk in. Like, you can tell he's just like, fuck, I've just got to work and I hate this. I'd rather be skateboarding or something. I don't know what the fuck he does, but he's a nice kid. He's nice enough. Like, it's just fine. I can't go see him because I can feel how much he hates being there. I can feel it off of him. And it's like, he does a great haircut, but I just don't want to get one from him because it's painful for me to just be a part of his shitty day that he hates. And so, like, if you are that for that person, if I'm having a hard time, it's a cheap haircut. That's probably the case. But like, and no shade, like, the kid's just fine. But like, what I'm saying is, it's important to smile. It's important to be enthusiastic and energetic about what you're doing in the way that you're enthusiastic and energetic. And I find that, like, it's an indicator of whether or not you actually like what you do or not, right? So that's that. I think it's important to be enthusiastic. And the last one is S, sincere. You have to be sincere. Be sincere with me. Like, I'm going to be sincere with you. I sincerely want to see you improve. I'm going to sincerely tell you that you are the reason why you're not improving. I'm going to say that sincerely. I'm not trying to be mean to you. I'm not trying to make fun of you or shame you. You are the reason you are not succeeding. End of story. You are the reason, not me, not your fucking job, not your fucking X, your Y, and your Z. You are not a victim in this fucking life. You've been given a lot. No matter what you've been given a lot. And what do I mean by that? You've been given life. That is enough. Like, every breath, you should be grateful. Just take one right now and just be fucking grateful, because it feels amazing. Cover your mouth and nose right now. See how long it takes before how grateful you are to take a breath. And so be sincere. If you're a coach and you're sincere with the people you serve, then you will have that conversation and you will say it in a way that resonates, in a way that maybe right off the bat, some people, they question you, and that's fine. And they'll combat you on it, and that's fine. I'm not here to be your superior. Like, I deal with my problems. I'm not here to be your superior. I'm not here to be your doctor. I'm here to be your partner in helping you get better. And that is what impactors do. They're sincere.
One more time. What does GATE stand for?
Genuine, authentic, transparent, enthusiastic, and sincere.
Alrighty.
That is what real good coaches have, and have the ability to keep up, and that is what makes a great fucking coach.
All right, so we know what makes a great coach. What makes a successful client? Why?
Oh, damn, dude, this is a good one. Let me take a drink for this one.
Brought to you by Celsius.
One day. Because, dude, Theo Vaughn, if anybody knows Theo Vaughn, he's a podcaster. He's a Celsius sponsors his podcast.
Oh.
Yeah. And he always has them out, and that's why.
Rain. Sorry.
We'll do both.
Okay.
I do both. I like Rain.
Rain's my shit.
I'll tell you this, Rain energy drinks are always, like, Rain energy drinks are
so tasty.
They're better. They're just like better energy.
Yeah, it's cleaner.
Like, it's like,
well, I mean, it's probably what I just tell myself, honestly. I tell myself it's cleaner because if you look at the can, it says clean energy, harvest grape. It makes me feel like I'm doing something important with my life. Right.
And the white can, the marketing on the white can is always like, this means it's fit when it's white can. So like the whiter the can, the cleaner, right? But like at the end of the day, they're all cancer, and we're all just
it's fine.
None of it's good. This is my one crutch, but
samesies.
In any case, back to it. So what makes a successful client? The difference between a client that's successful and a client that is unsuccessful is their ability to take ownership of why they are winning or losing. So what I mean by that is, if you're one of those people that just complains all the time and has a bad attitude and just says, woe is me, and you can't get out of that, and you aren't willing to try to find some awareness on that and make a change there, then you're in trouble. You're in trouble. So that's what I mean is, like, if your trainer says, hey, look, like, you know, you're drinking every weekend. You keep coming and telling me that you're drinking every weekend. The goal was, and you set the goal, I helped you set the goal, is to cut the drinking back. We're not seeing the weight going down. You get mad about that. And then you're like, man, the fucking trainer wants me to change my life, or the doctor wants me to change my life, and they're not willing to work with my lifestyle. I'm going to find somebody else. That's the person who isn't willing to take ownership in their life. Always comes back down to ownership and accountability, by the way, folks. If you're paying for accountability, so like accountability alone doesn't improve you. Ownership, personal ownership, because if you pay for me to keep you accountable, that doesn't mean just like, okay, now that money, you paid the money for said accountability, now I will improve. That is not the case. You will have to take accountability in and of itself is personal ownership. That's all it is. All accountability is a personal ownership. If you're not capable of or not willing to open your mind up to taking ownership of your situation in those painful moments to find the answers. So like right now, let's say you feel like you're completely stuck. Just trying to like paint a picture for you. There's areas in your life right now where you feel like you've tried everything and nothing will work. You pay for somebody to help you, or maybe even a friend says, look, what about this? And your immediate gut reaction is, fuck you, you don't understand my situation. You don't understand my situation. You don't say that to them, but in your mind, you're like, fuck you, you don't understand my situation. You're stuck. And that's not taking personal ownership. Personal ownership is, I'm in this situation because of me. Yes, I've tried a lot. I haven't tried enough. What else is there out there? It's the how can I? How can I? In the face of impossibility, how can I? How? Just asking yourself that word. So that is what a client needs to be successful. How can I? And somebody there to keep them accountable, keep them focused, pushing forward. And ultimately, that's how you will win. I'm going to say one more thing on this. In the, like, how can I, like, and like, that's like a mindset. Like, that's what people mean when they say mindset. Living within a mindset is like, it's hard to create a mindset without finding a way to build awareness of the architecture of your mind. So if you want to set your mind, and a mindset is like reframing, and being able to do things like that. Like, and if you don't know what reframing is, great book by a guy, who's the guy that Mike always mentions?
Oh,
Man, what's his name? Great dude. He's got a couple books. They're good.
it's the guy with the comic strip.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah, what's his name? Reframe Your Brain is the book, but
Oh my God.
Doesn't matter. Like, reframing is so important, and it's how you win in life. So, for example, if like you're somebody who gets really angry and you get really caught up because people treat you wrong, let's say somebody says you're a bitch, and you're just like, call me a bitch, and like you fester on that all day, and maybe all week, and maybe all month you fester on, man, I'm gonna get them back. I hope they get theirs, That doesn't hurt them. That hurts you. So living in a mindset is first being aware of the architecture of your mind. So what I mean is you're allowing that thing to fuck with you throughout the week, right? Throughout the month, throughout all that. That is your mindset. Your mindset allows you to basically punish yourself for the wrongdoing of others. The only way to use a reframe, let's say the reframe is this. This person said this thing to me and has caused me pain. That's the way that you're thinking. That's a frame. That's what you've allowed as part of your mindset. To change that mindset, you'd use a reframe. The reframe was, I will not allow the wrongdoings. I will not punish myself for the wrongdoings of others. And that's a reframe. That is a way to change your mindset. So like, the only way to change that mindset is to become aware of the current architecture. And the current architecture is the way that you are framing your mind right now. And so things like that are powerful, because it's how you interact in the world, and it's how you navigate relationships, and it's how you navigate your problems and make decisions. So without awareness first on the architecture of your mind, you can't create better mindsets, and you can't reframe so that it's useful for you to actually work. So it's useful for you to actually improve. And so a client unwilling to find awareness in the architecture of their mind, and there's so many different ways. Like ways what we've talked about is, go out and meet yourself on a 100-mile run. You're going to meet yourself in a 100-mile run. You're going to be real intimate with yourself and understanding how you make and problem solve, what you do in your mind when times get tough, right? That's one way. You don't have to do that. Use meditation. There's yoga. There's whatever. What have you. You have to be open to bringing awareness to the architecture of your mind, because you will not be able to create a mindset where you can allow ownership and you can allow the framework of how can I, as one of the cornerstones of how you make and solve problems, because all you have is problems and how you solve them. And right now, how you solve them is, well, the world sucks and is against me, so fuck the world. Cannot grow. And if it's like, man, I'm unhealthy, overweight, eat like shit, and I just, it's just not in the fucking cards for me because I'm shit, then like they don't understand me. Like, they don't get it. You're stuck. You're fucked. And so, anyways, that's the last bit on that, is that like, if you want to be successful, personal accountability, ownership at its most raw sense, and being open to understanding the architecture of your mind and reframing so that you can actually win.
Done. There you go. That's a good one. What makes a client unsuccessful?
Just the opposite.
I was going to say, you kind of already stated it. Yeah. So like, I was like, I don't really want to ask you.
Yeah, no doubt. Just the opposite. So, I've had the unsuccessful client, is somebody is not willing, like they say this. So, just to restate the power of the mind on this. And this is what the whole like think big, live better thing is like, it ultimately always comes down to you on whether or not you will improve. So you won't improve if you believe you won't improve. End of story. If you believe you can't, and you won't, and you're somebody who argues with me on why you can't, you will always win that argument. I I will never beat you in the argument that you're making for why you can't. I never will. I can't. God can't. Fucking damn Allah can't. Whoever the fuck your biggest, most, like, I don't care. Think about your person who you admire. Oh my God, to the stars. They can't. Think about your parents. They can't. Think about your friends. They can't. Think about your significant others. They can't, and no one will. You are the only person who has the ability to improve yourself. And if you find yourself arguing with someone else on why you can't, you will win. You will win. And so that is why you won't every single time. If you are trying to convince me on why I'm wrong, that's on you for you to win, then you're right. You're right. That is not useful for you. It is not useful for your success and personal growth. It's not useful for you, for the quality of your life, for your fitness, for your wealth. It's not good for you if you are trying to convince me why the solutions just are impossible. There are no solutions. You've tried it all. You're right. You're right. And so I think when it comes down to what is the reason why people fail, they're so busy arguing that they can't win. And they're not focusing that energy on why they can. And it's as simple as that. Stop arguing why you can't. Start arguing why you can and why you will. Fill all of your day up with, this is why I am. Not why I will or X, Y, Z. This is why I am going to win. This is why. Well, Jordan, you don't understand. Like, I just watched you fail 100 times, and that's why I'll win. And that's why I'll win next time. And if you fail next time, that's why I'll win next time. And dude, that is how people win. People win by constantly, and maybe in some cases, ignorantly and maybe foolishly, continue to argue for they will win. And everyone's like, I don't get how that guy won.
That's fine. You don't have to get it.
I don't get how he won, when he wins, when she wins, when they win. Dude, it's because they never fucking stopped saying, I will win. That is how they did it. That is the only way you will. You don't have to know. And you want to know a good indication right now for anybody listening right now, and I mean this sincerely. You want to know how I know you'll win or how I know you're on the right path? Have you had self-doubt in the past week?
Every day.
Every day. You're on the right path. People without self-doubt, people that live in a world without self-doubt, they're not on a winning path. People who have it all figured out, they're not on the winning path. They've found a nice, comfortable place to stop. And I don't know if that's useful or not. It's not for me to say. But like, people who are not continuing to grow, in my mindset, my opinion, people who are not continuing to examine their life and find ways to improve are not fulfilled. And so self-doubt is a part of that. You know, that fear is a part of that. If you're not worried a little bit, how is this going to turn out? I don't know. You're not supposed to know. You know, you're just supposed to say, I will, and keep moving forward. And that is the client that wins. That is the client that always wins. That will be the client that will always win. Like right now, currently, in the past, and in the future, you win because you say you will, and you will stop at nothing until you do. And again, if you're not there yet, you can change. I do believe you can change, but you know, it's going to be a matter of a couple things that would take me a whole other podcast to talk about.
Yes, but it can happen.
It can happen though.
I've been a testament to it.
Ooh,
oh shit, sorry. My bad.
No, go ahead.
I have been through the shitty perspective to the positive perspective. So your words do speak volumes. So
hell yeah.
Come hang out, guys. Come hang out. I have two questions I really want to know. At any point, did you want to stop being a personal trainer, and why?
Oh, that's a good question. Yes. I think like there was a time maybe about 5 years ago. I was at a different gym, and I was doing well. But I was pushing into it. I was making a lot of money training, I was successful with my clients, but everyone kind of attacked me because I was doing well there. That's my opinion of it. They kind of like came up with a whole list of things. It was kind of blindsided a bit with it. I kind of already kind of realized everyone was sort of irritated with me because I would try to find ways to help everybody. I'd say, look, because I could see it. I saw the schedules. Mine's full, yours is not. And I've heard the chattering of like, oh, I'm like the teacher's pet, which, by the way, I was. And that's how I won, basically, was to be there all the time and to be building relationships. And I was there at every single thing, constantly putting myself out there, constantly I would do 2 free sessions with every client. And sometimes I'd do 3. If like it didn't go exactly how it was supposed to, I'd be like, we're doing a 3rd one. They'd be like, no way, you don't have to do that. No, we're doing a 3rd one because I'm going to give you that. I'm going to give you exactly what I told you I'm going to give you. And I would run deals and I would do X, Y, and Z. And I would always ask myself, like, what could I be doing more? You know, and I spent a lot of hours in there. And so I built a huge clientele. In any case, I cuss a lot. I don't think anybody.
What?
I don't think anybody.
No way.
So I cuss a lot, and I'm a bit wild. So like I had all of the trainers there, you know, kind of come together and just come up with all of these reasons why I should be fired. Like it was like I guess I was cussing. One person said I was making fun of their clients. That's not even within my character, but they were just kind of coming out with stuff.
I was like, that's like the farthest thing left that I could ever think of.
Could you imagine? Yeah.
No, I really can't.
Look, I've never discouraged a client from getting after it, and I've always given everything to encourage anybody of any size, because the idea was the person was too big to be in the gym, and that's crazy. I would never say that. I would never tell somebody that they were too big to be working out at the gym to get better themselves. That's wild. But that's one of the things, and a couple other things, showing up like right on time or late, that kind of thing, may or may not have been a culprit of that. But in any case, there's a whole list of things. And then in that gym, it was like after they had like done this attack, they gave me like this, you know, whatever. We did this thing, like it was totally unprofessional, but I told Josh that I would do this. I basically got in front of everybody in a meeting, and we basically talked about them in front of everybody. So all of the allegations against me in front of the whole in front of everybody, and then I basically had to tell everybody that I was going to improve, you know, and then they gave me 2 write-ups, and if I did it again, I'd be fired. And after that, I was really resentful because I was like, all I've done is try to help these people get better. Like a handful of them, I was like, look, here's my pricing sheet, because it was totally everybody's on their own. I was like, here's how I do my pricing sheet. Here's how I do my first workouts. And I even like would ask the manager. I was like, hey, and dude, I was like, here's how you can do better. You can do better by this. You can do better by doing this. You can turn more clients over by doing this. You can help more people reach their goals by doing this. And I would be like, we should do a meeting, and no one would ever show up to them. But they'd be so annoyed that was being asked on them to come and do the meetings. And then they tried to get me out of there because they're like, oh, this guy actually wants you to do better. That's all I wanted was if I do better and I'm doing better, why not listen to me? Look, why not use some of the stuff that I've put together for you? But better for me to just get going. And there's a thing called, and it made me very resentful, because I was like, all I wanted to do was help, and I was attacked by everybody I was trying to help, which is common. But in any case, like, that's what happens when you're trying to fucking win out here. It's like it's taken the wrong way, and I could have communicated it better. I guess maybe I was stepping on toes, whatever. And so I was like, you know what? I don't need this. I don't need this at all. I don't need to work in this environment, because then I was working in that environment, I was getting like the dirty side eyes. You know, like I feel like I couldn't be in there excited because I had just been like attacked, and like if I'm out there excited, it just makes me look like I'm a dick, like I don't care, you know, or something. And so I was like, you know what, man, maybe this whole gym industry is not for me. And this is a lot of the think big, live better shit, and the big fitness, and I want to treat clients right, and I want to show motherfuckers what good personal trainers look like, you know, because like good personal trainers who actually care, who are excited about what they do, have massive impact on people's lives, and they can do amazing things for people. But then there's other people who can easily put themselves in that position and totally give the profession a bad name because of the lack of regulation. And so I thought, fuck this, man. I don't need this, you know? And it was like, and that's like right around where it was like, okay, this other gym was coming in and like they breached the contract and I left that to open up Big Fitness. I was going to, this by the way, was a big thing. Like so I'm in that gym, that just happens. It's maybe a couple months of like being in this super, super toxic fucking environment, just surrounded by people who apparently hated me. And I had no idea until they did this attack. They tried to get me fired hard, dude. And if anyone knows, like there's a thing called there's a thing in the corporate world, of sales. There's something called the Superman salesman or the superhero salesman or the super salesman, right? And the Superman, superhuman, super salesman basically killing everybody else on the floor. So you got like a floor, maybe you got 100 people and you got one, let's say maybe 2, 3 killers making everyone else look bad. In the world of corporate, those people who are killing are actually bad for business. And this is why. If they're doing really good, then they're making everyone else look bad, then those people do worse. And they'll do worse at a percentage that's more than the percentage of these few that are doing good. So you fire the superhero salesman so that everyone else's numbers go up. And then because more numbers go up, sales are better. So you actually get rid of the people who are hyper good. And this is exactly what's happening over there. It's like the people willing to get up in the morning and stay there all day and put in the extra work. It makes everyone else resentful, mad. And so they know this about psychology, the psychology of sales, and you will get fired if you're doing that good. So it's like somebody will sit you down and say, hey, we'd rather not fire you, just show up, meet the quota. And fuck that.
That is not your personality by any means.
Yeah, fuck. And that's the conversation that was had with me. Fuck that. Don't want any part of that. So I was like, I will just not do this. I will not work in gyms around people, XYZ. And I get it. It's difficult, man. I don't want anybody to do more. Look, that's bullshit. I see potential in human beings. That's why I'm a personal trainer. That's why I continue to fight for this gym. That's why I continue to fight for my career. That's why I continue to fight for my message. My message is you can do more and you should do more because it will make your life better. And will it be fucking hard? Yes. And will it be easy? Yes. And will it be, no. And will it be fucking convenient? Absolutely not. But should you do it? The answer is always fucking yes. And then maybe you'll stop fucking complaining, you know? And so that's that. That's basically that. And so I was like, fuck that. I'm not letting these motherfuckers get me down. 2 months later, the universe gives me a fucking, a nudge, which is, it's been 2.5 years, bub. And you're at this gym and you're successful at this gym. Good. You said when you were successful at this gym, you were going to leave. Here's your fucking go. This other gym came, they breached my contract, which means I could take all of my clients with no contingencies. And so I was like, all my clients with no contingencies, which would have been a massive payout. Beautiful. I was running one day. I saw this fucking gym. I got an offer from another guy, the guy that was running that particular outfit. I was going to do it because it was immediately doubling my pay because I wasn't going to be paying out in rent. So I was going to double my pay. I was going to immediately double my pay and own 35% of a business that we were putting $150,000 into roughly. And throughout that like LLC partnership agreement we were kind of going through, I basically was just like, I was like, you know, we had talked about some things and the direction of that gym was let's continue doing the thing we were doing before, which caused that situation where all those people attacked me. And I was like, you know what? I don't want a bunch of independent personal trainers at each other's throats. I don't want to deal with that. I don't want to deal with that. I don't want to cultivate that. I don't want to build that. I don't want to be a part of that. So I basically was like, I'm going to open up my own gym. They also said that I couldn't open up my own gym, which makes sense later. There was like a contingency in there in the partnership that if I owned that business, I could not open up a personal training facility of any kind, like outside of that for like, I guess indefinitely in this area. And I was like, and as soon as they said that, really, I was like, all right, there's no way. Fuck that. I'm going to open up my own gym. I'm going to do my own thing. I'm going to fight for what I believe in, what I think personal training industry should turn into. And it's been not easy from then forward. And fuck, you know, we've got a long way to go. I won't give up on it. So, and I think like that, I won't give up on that. I won't give up on my message. I won't give up on winning. And no matter how hard it gets, no matter how low it gets, I'm gonna keep showing up. No matter how much energy I got, I'm gonna give it towards the effort and showing people that personal training is a powerful thing and that it shouldn't be taken lightly, and that like coaches have the ability to really change lives.
Would you say that's what your message is?
I would say, if I was going to articulate my one message to the world.
Yeah.
So my one message, is that your second question?
Yeah.
Are you, really?
Yeah. No, it really is my next question.
Yeah. So like, yeah, because this is a question I always ask to people, like, what's your main message to the world?
Yeah.
You can have anything you want in life. You can have anything you want in life. You just have to believe you can. You can have exactly what you want in life. You have to think deeper. You have to think deeper. You have to sit down and think hard. Not like sit down and create a plan and then that plan should work. No, not 20 minutes on a Saturday. No, I'm talking about hours and hours and hours of challenging your mind, thinking deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper on what you are, why you are, when you are. What's the purpose here? What's the specific plan? What's possible? Keep thinking, keep researching. You have the world, you have all the information in the world at your fingertips. You have AI, you have everything that you need. You have everything. If you are an American in this motherfucker, I don't care what economic level or what you've been through, you have it all right there at your fingertips. Now you just have to decide to use it, to reach out and take it. You have to think deeper. It's a matter of thinking. It's all a matter of fucking thinking deeper and believing you can have it. Find that desire that burns deep inside your soul. Find that desire that burns deep inside your soul. Something that when you think about it, it makes you feel emotional. It makes your every single atom of your body fucking lights up when you think about that thing. It's not something that's purely, I want money. No, it's something that's so fucking deeply ingrained into what you are in this fucking world that you've spent so much fucking painstaking hours trying to uncover, and so many different unbelievable methods that nobody could possibly think you have gone through to make it happen. Like, nobody could possibly fucking imagine how hard you have sat there and you have thought deeply and planned out articulately and work that plan through until failure, until eventually you'll reach that thing. And what you'll find is that it's in the thinking deeply and the trying to cultivate belief in yourself on the journey towards this massive desire that you're looking for fulfillment and joy. It's not the reaching of this desire. It's knowing that you have this desire. It's knowing that you have this thing that burns deep inside of you, that you know you have the ability to reach, and that you've sat there and thought so deeply and so fucking and so intensely on how to make it happen, and you've tried in so many unbelievable ways, and in the process of doing all of those things, like, you will find fulfillment and joy. And that is my main message. And the easiest way to put it, think big, live better. That is big fitness. Think big, live better. Think, believe, plan, do. Get out there. Get after it. Fuck people. They don't get it. Who cares? Keep moving. That's all. And do it to the best of your ability, whatever that means in the particular moment, in the particular day. It's systems over goals. It's not about reaching a thing. It's about the journey towards it, and that it's fucking your thing. But you will never know what that is until you sit down painstakingly, thinking deeply, thinking bigger, expanding your mind, and allowing yourself to believe that it's possible, that you can actually reach this thing. And then once you do, like, do all of this stuff, maybe one day you'll reach that thing. It's never about that fucking thing. It's never about the fucking thing that you've imagined up in your mind. It's not important. If you reach that, great. But look, at the bottom of one mountain is the fucking base of another. So your mountain wasn't big enough. Get a bigger mountain and just start to trek. If there's anyone who's like got it down, it's fucking Nike. Just do it. Just
That's
do
so
it.
true.
Just
They've
do
done
it.
so well.
just fucking, just do it. But that's it, man. And I don't even begin to act like I'm even remotely close to understanding how any of that gets out. I mean, the more people that I can inspire to, I think that the more success that I see with clients and trainers and business and even my physical endeavors, and I came from nothing. So like anything that I have right now is a fucking wealth because it's infinitely more than I had when I was younger. Like the pain and the poverty that I went through as a kid, and just like the danger that was around me, and like gang violence and drug violence, like it's not good. Like anything I have now is infinitely a win. So like I am immensely grateful, and I practice that because not always am I grateful, and not always do I not complain, and not always do I say yes I can and I will. Sometimes I say no I can't and I won't, and sometimes I say woe is me, and a lot of times I complain and I deal with trying to like get around making excuses. I'm just like everybody else. But it's a practice that I continue to see. When I'm winning, it's because I'm not doing those things, and when I'm losing, it's because I'm doing those things. So the message is that, and if even one person in my life like takes that message and it resonates with them, and it has in 11 years, thank God for that. And we've got multiple stories around that.
Yeah.
But that's it. If one person can take that message and it can fucking just change their way of thinking, and then they go get a better job, or they actually lose the weight, and they can actually pick up their grandkids, and they feel better throughout the day, and they can enjoy a walk in the park, and they can have a little peace, even though things around them are chaotic, then fucking that's a win for me. And that is what I do it for. And that is what I'm trying to send out to the world. And that's what big fitness is to me. Now, it's going to continue to evolve, and I can't wait for it to, and I'm just here to party. So
big things coming.
Big things coming.
All right, everyone. That was Jordan Gonzales on his Information podcast. A little bit more about him. Is there anything else that you want to add?
Yeah, dude. No, I'm just kidding. That's it. That's it, man. If you have any questions, you go down in the bio, you can go down in the comments and leave a little message.
Leave a message. Go to the Instagram, DM us if you want to know more about any of the trainers. We have Jordan, we have myself, we have Joel, we have Sean. Anyone else looking to come hang out?
Yeah, share this podcast. Send this podcast to your friend who needs a personal trainer, who's like been wanting to win for a long time, and like, you've been trying to help them, but they've been kind of stuck. And it's really just a matter of expanding their mind. You know that person.
Yeah. We all have that person.
Yeah. Send this podcast to them and be like, you listen to this fucking dude. He's crazy.
That's an understatement, dude.
Listen to the dude. He's crazy, and like maybe he can help you out. And dude, we could definitely help you out. So.
Yeah.
All right. I think that's it. All right, folks. That's another episode of the Big Fitness Podcast. You know what to do. We'll see you on the next one. Tune in every Monday. Roughly Monday. I've been just throwing podcasts up lately because we've been behind, and I want to get caught back up to where we should be.
We have a guest next week, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's going to be good.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're going to start getting some guests back on.
If you want to be a guest, just drop on in, man.
Yeah. Yeah, drop in. Send us a message. We will have anyone on the podcast. I want to learn about you. Well, technically we need like fitness people on the podcast.
I think fitness, wellness, mindset kind of people on the podcast. Yeah. I think what would be really cool, which I know we've talked about this, but to have like a psychiatrist or psychologist.
We're going to have them. We have two psychiatrists. We have two psychiatrists that we have that keep on trying to.
I know we need to set up a podcast because I would be fascinated to have them on the podcast and learn a little bit more about the mental side of it all. Yeah,
100%. Like, let's get some science in here. So guys, we're going to have some guests in here for you. We're going to keep getting after it. We're going to end this podcast. But in any case, you guys, love you. If you've listened to this far, like, you're the best. And always remember, think big, live better. We'll see you on the next one.
Bye.